Hey, fellow Rostopians, welcome back. I just had to do this little video. Let's turn the light on. See, that makes a bit better. I had to do this video, and it is just a rant. It's just a rant, and it's something that's bugged me for a long time, and I haven't prepped for this at all. It's called dial dystopia, and what that is, it's just this thing that seems to be. I just watched a video basically, and it had a dial. It had a really ugly dial with texture, and it seems to me that any time a watch has texture on the dial, or it has a dial that's a little bit different, I don't know, a little bit colourful, maybe pink, blue, baby blue, but mainly texture. People say, oh, isn't that a lovely dial? And obviously we all know we're talking about mainly Grand Seiko here. Now, I've got a couple of Grand Seikos. One doesn't have any texture because it's like an old man's, which I love about it. And one does have texture. And I don't actually like the texture of the Grand Seiko that I have. I couldn't be bothered to get it out for this video. But yeah, I don't actually like. I mean, it's okay, obviously, because I bought it, but I don't actually like it. But everyone seems, oh, yeah. As soon as you've got a bit of texture. Now, I haven't really got that many textured watches. I've got my Saint Martin here, which does have. That's not actually a texture, apparently. That is an illusion of texture, but it is a nice illusion. Actually, you can probably see it. I can actually see it now. That it's just a picture. But even if that was a texture, it's a nice texture. But people get really hung up on awful textures, and they don't seem to care about anything else about the dial. As soon as it's got some lumpy bumpy texture, it's like, oh, isn't that great? And it's like, well, really, do you really think it's that great? Because the more unique it is, the more you're gonna have to look at it. It's almost going from from a plain black dial. I just happen to have this Militado hanging around, and then you go through a colourful dial, and then you go to a textured dial. What's next? It's going to be a picture, isn't it? It's going to be a picture of it's going to be a Studio Underdog with a picture of a pizza on it, and it's going to have like pepperoni and mushrooms and stuff, or it's going to have some actual work of art on the dial. I mean, do you really want to look at that every day? Do you really want that? And I think textured dials are like that to me. Subtly textured, yeah. Even quite aggressively textured. But if they're aggressive, the more aggressive the texture, and then, and then leading on to, as I say, having a picture on the dial, the more you've absolutely got to love it. You can't just look at it and say, oh yeah, that's really nice, and then put it and then wear it. It might be nice to look at once, but do you really want to see it every day when you look at the time? And I think, the rant is that people, as soon as it's textured, people just say that obviously I like this dial because I own this watch and I bought it. But I think textured dials are rarely actually that nice. Some of them are. There aren't that many Grand Seiko dials I actually like. But yeah, everyone seems to get someone saying that they absolutely love it. And I don't think they do absolutely love it. They just want to be a part of that gang that says, oh, look, it's textured. I will love it. That's how I see it anyway. But maybe they do. Maybe they just like textured dial. I don't know. But, I'd never really hear anyone say that they don't like a texture. They just don't ever say, well, I'm not that keen on that textured dial, but I like this textured dial. I mean, you wouldn't get that in anything else, would you? You wouldn't get someone saying, if you went into an art gallery, you wouldn't get someone saying that they loved everything in the gallery. I love every picture here. But with watches, it seems to be, as soon as it's got a textured dial, everyone says, oh, I love it. And it's like, well, do you? Do you love it enough to buy it? Oh, I mean, I'm looking at the one I'm talking about now. I'm not going to call the guy out, but it looks horrendous. It's like an autopsy on a watch. It's horrendous. Now, but other things, and I happen to have my Omega Tresor small seconds handy, but other things on a dial, so not textured, but other things, an asymmetric dial, sub-dials, top and bottom, something unique that is not just wackily different. I actually like how this looks, and I bought it because I like how it looks. and I didn't need anyone else to tell me that this looked... No, I've never heard anyone say that this watch looks fantastic, actually. I think it does. I think it's a stunning design. It's got a whole retro vibe going on. Yeah. But when you get like a micro brand, like the one on the screen in front of me, and, you know, look, I think this is a stunt. This is one of the best micro brand watches you can get, the SN00144, I think it is. Saint Martin. Yeah, it's nice. I do wish it actually was textured, not just a picture of a texture. But does it really? I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, textured watches. I just think that it's a madness. It's a madness on YouTube. People, as soon as it's textured, I love everyone in the comments. I love it. Yeah, I love it. I love it. It's like they don't say what they love about it. They don't say, is it the fade? Because this one, interestingly, when this first came out, it had a more aggressive, what would you call it, aggressive? But the dark areas of the fade went in more. And then they changed it so that it was a lighter. And I prefer this version. But no one ever says that. No one ever... So this thing that is so technically detailed, they never say what they like about that technical detail. They just say, oh, isn't that great? And it's like, it's just madness. It's just, anyway, I'm ranting over a rant now, but it's just madness. They never say what they like about it. I could say what I like about this. If I have any textured dial, I can say what I do and don't like about it. And like I said, I've got a Grand Seiko with a textured dial, and I'm happy to say what I don't like about it. I'm not just going to say, oh, isn't that great? You know, oh, textured. Oh, God, look at that. Oh, the mountain. Oh, what is it? It's it's part of the Four Seasons Shibubi thing with Grand Seiko. Autumn. It's autumn. I do like autumn. That's my favourite season. So I guess that's quite nice for me that it's my favourite season. But yeah, it sort of, it looks all right, but it's not. Yeah, textured dials. It's just they are so personal. But everyone just seems to like all of them. As soon as it's got a texture, it's, yes, I love it. Look, and it's like, are you just trying to sound knowledgeable and clever? Or do you actually like it? You know, so all these watches that have been around for, you know, decades with just plain dials. I haven't got too many, what's this one? I see. Actually, here's another one with a textured dial. I do have another one. I've got the Erebus Helix. I think that's a stunning blue Helix. That is absolutely stunning. That's probably, I mean, these two, I don't have too many, but these two are better dials than the Grand Seiko that I've got. But the Grand Seiko's not too, you know, it's not too out there. There's probably one or two Grand Seiko textured dials that I like. But then there's a lot of them. The majority I don't like, and it would put me off buying the watch. I think you don't buy a watch for the dial. And if you have a really lovely watch, what have I got on? No, black dial. But let's say you have a really lovely watch that I absolutely love, and I think my Casio Oceanus S100 is one of my favourite watches ever. But if that had a textured dial that I didn't like, I couldn't buy it. You know, I just couldn't. You know, I've got to look at it all the time. So I've got to like it. So thankfully, this one doesn't have the problems of a lot of Oceanuses, things that I can't look at, like hexagonal crowns. But yeah, I think just as soon as you put a textured dial on something, you've absolutely got to love it. And it's a deal breaker for me. But everyone else seems to be, oh, that's dope. I don't care what it looks like. As long as it's textured, whoa, I can say, look at my textured dial watch. Bosh, look at my textured dial watch. Or, you know, I don't know, what else does Jody do? Meteorite and all that kind of stuff. And they just look awful. But, I don't know, people just seem to, just because it's different, it's a very hipster vibe. Just because it's different, people say, oh, doesn't that look good? I can't believe that something that's so unique has so many people that say that it's great. Surely, the more niche the thing gets, the more unique the dial texture gets, surely the less people are actually going to like it. Unless they're lying. Unless they're all lying, and as soon as it's textured, they say, yep, love it. I don't know. Are they buying it? I don't know. Anyway, rant over, because I've just seen, like I say, on there, on the PC, I've just seen, I mean, it looks terrible. Maybe in the flesh, it looks a bit better, but, oh, let's get rid of that. Maybe in the flesh it looks a bit better, but the picture of it is, I mean, it looks like an open wound. That's all I can say. Anyway, hope you're enjoying your Sunday lunch. For now, one wrist live it.